And talking about mobilization, how do they mobilize themselves? I mean, here in Brazil, we have unions, right? Labor unions. I mean,
They're weak,
they're
much
weak,
weaker. And
but
I think, comparing to the United States, it's more or less the same process and the same picture. If
okay.
you compare the US in the 60s, 70s, and now, the rate of unionization
Yeah,
has gone down, and here is the same thing.
yeah,
In the industrial sector, has shrunk,
yeah,
as in the US. I mean, just adjust the scale,
yeah.
but it's pretty much the same
Okay,
picture.
okay,
Pretty much the same picture.
okay. Because our unions in review, they have lost
They
their
had a
their
mandatory
force.
funding.
Yes.
That was a big blow to
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the but they have been weakening,
Yeah.
uh, since long,
Okay.
especially in the industrial sector.
Yeah.
It's
Because that
exactly the
was.
same thing in the
Mm-hmm.
U.S. I mean, unions are stronger where in the U.S. Uh, Teachers, civil
Mm-hmm.
servants. It's
Mm-hmm.
the exact same
Same
thing here.
here.
But they used to be important social and political actors. They were instrumental, in the birth of the Workers'
Yes.
Party, and
Yes.
in making the party increase their affiliation
Mm-hmm.
and their
Mm-hmm.
territorial
Mm-hmm.
presence. The church, the Catholic Church, the progressive wing of the Catholic Church, and the unions, right? Two big social forces behind, the emergence of the Workers' Party. The two of them are much, much weaker
Mm-hmm.
now. And that explains, to a great extent, why the country is now bent to the right. It's more
Mm-hmm.
conservative than it
Then
used
it
to
should
be
be.
20, 30 years
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Which is an image that I think many people from abroad don't have from Brazil, right? That we are a conservative country. Because
Wow,
the
we
image,
are.
I mean,
We
yeah.
we are. For instance, trust in churches. The trust in churches in Brazil is much higher than in the U.S. It's funny because I mean, Christian nationalism is a very politically very strong in the
Mm-hmm.
U.S. But when you, based on polls, churchgoers in the U.S., the numbers are going
Going
down.
down. Mm-hmm.
Secularism is more popular than
Yeah,
ever in the
yeah.
U.S. Although politically, I think maybe as a reaction to that,
Mm-hmm.
those who
Mm-hmm.
are, in more dogmatically linked to religion, organize themselves to react against this long-term trend of secularization in the U.S. Here, religion plays a much bigger role in social life,
Yes.
especially among
Yes.
the evangelicals.
Yes.
If my memory is not at fault, if you ask people in general whether they trust churches or not, this is above 60%, 65%. So, in the ranking of institution, I think churches are number one in terms of
Mm-hmm.
trust.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Among evangelicals, it's even higher.
If it's
Like
mm-hmm.
it's, 72, hovering, above, 70,
75.
and Catholics 60,
Mm-hmm.
but higher, much,
Yeah.
much higher,
Yeah.
here. And there is a strong correlation between being religious and voting conservative
Mm-hmm.
here, for
Yes.
and the moral agenda, moral majority, right?
Yeah.
That
Yes.
will ring a
Yes.
bell
Yeah.
in the if the
And
the audience is
yes,
American, they would know
they will.
what
Yeah.
I mean by the moral
Yeah.
majority. Yeah.
Yes. And it's interesting because I see it amongst friends of mine who used to, I don't know, used to have wine gatherings to drink wine. Now, many friends of mine are gathering to pray. They're gathering once a week, once a
Yeah.
month, and they have
Yeah.
these groups
Yeah.
in which religion, and most of them on the Christian are Christians, but it plays a big role
It,
in the socialization
yeah.
of women or of the youth. So
Yeah.
that's why I guess my question was, besides, I mean, unions in the past, or the church now is playing a big role. What other roles or what other movements do you see that can foster democracy here in Brazil amongst the youth, or that you see that are erupting in Brazil? Because the religions
Well,
one is
I'm
a
not
big
saying, I'm
one,
not
but
implying that evangelicals are not democratic, because
oh no, no,
that would
not
be
at all. No,
unfair
no,
to
no.
say that.
Yes, no,
Although
no.
some of them
Can
went
challenge.
a
Right.
long way in
Yeah.
supporting Bolsonaro.
Yes. Yes.
But there has been a kind of backlash.
Mm-hmm.
Been talking to experts on the subject, that the people think evangelical churches in particularly have been politicized too much. So there
Mm-hmm.
has been a bit of a backlash in terms of saying, "Oh, pastor, okay, no politics, please,"
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Which I think bodes well for the future. But talking about other actors that play an important role here in civil society, right?
Yes. Yes.
Uh, None of them have the same importance, impact as the evangelical churches. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
It's yeah,
the distance
is
is
enormous.
incommensurate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you have advocacy groups
Mm-hmm.
linked to identity causes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Blacks,
Mm-hmm.
women,
Mm-hmm.
LGBT.
T. Mm-hmm.
So there is a network of institutions and NGOs. Um, Comparatively, are they stronger than in the U.S.? I don't know. It's vibrant. They have voice. Their ability to influence Congress is limited.
Mm-hmm.
It's not non-existent, but it is
Mm-hmm.
limited. They don't have veto power, right?
Mm-hmm.
As the
Yeah.
evangelicals
Yes.
do,
Do. Do.
right?
Because of their presence.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and because electorally speaking,
Yes.
right,
They represent.
they are
Yes.
much more representative,
Yeah.
so to speak.
And to talk on another topic, how do you see the role of women in the past years in the Brazilian democracy? Women in politics,
There is an enormous
or
underrepresentation of women in politics in Brazil.
still?
It it's a shame. I mean, it's not a
I
fair.
think it's a calling. I'm getting a calling from Sergio, just
The,
just to
yeah, I
register.
mean, I think there is a. I think this is not a very sound comparison, because Saudi Arabia is not a democracy, so there is a lot of gender washing
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia. But the number of women, the proportion of women in parliament, what
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
power does
Yes.
parliament have in Saudi Arabia? But the number of women is larger than in Brazil. Brazil,
Oh
I
my
think
God.
in the House of Representatives, just 16% of the representatives are women, and the measures have been taken to overcome or to mitigate. Some progress has been made, but at a very slow and pace and limited scope. The truth of the matter is that the parties are controlled by men,
Mm.
right? So they find ways to game the legislation and to be more or less in conformity with the legislation, but in fact, they don't give fair conditions in terms of
Yeah.
competitiveness,
Mm-hmm.
electoral competitiveness to women and to men. And when they do not follow the legislation and they face penalties because of that, they vote an amnesty for
For them.
themselves, and they carry on business as usual. it's complicated. It will take longer, but in other spheres of Brazilian life, the presence of women is clearly growing in
Mhm.
business, in the
Yeah.
judiciary, everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even soccer,
Yes.
even
Yes.
soccer, even
In universities,
experts.
right?
I'm a
Yes.
big soccer fan,
Yeah.
and you see commentators, women, and you know what? They know a lot.
Of course we do. Sergio, thank you so much
My
for your
pleasure.
time.
My
Thank you
pleasure.
for sharing your knowledge with us.